Hey guys, and welcome back to the first episode of Rest Day Ramblings with your boy, Zach Snell. So I'll begin by mentioning that this series may be cycling related at some points, but I'm not tying myself down to be training or cycling related. This series is going to be whatever I want to talk about on whatever topic and whatever issue, and it's just going to be me rambling with things that I feel I want to get out there and that can provide some value to whoever may be watching. And if you subscribe to me for the training and you purely just want to see that content, then fair enough, click off, leave a dislike, leave a hate comment, I don't mind. Please don't leave a hate comment. So when I set up this channel and just got the ball rolling with uploading daily, I did also have in mind to occasionally drop these sorts of videos in here and there, and it hasn't really materialised as I've taken it in the direction primarily of training. However, I have these other aspects to my life, I have these other passions, these things that I really want to share that I feel I've found value from in my own life. And that's just bursting at the seams. I just want to share it and give this fantastic advice or fantastic experiences that I've had, and I just want to share that. So some days there might be an episode where it's something that you find really interesting and you go, oh, I'll click on that. But other days, naturally, because I'm covering such a wide spectrum of topics and ideas, you might not be interested, and that's fair enough. But I just wanted to introduce this series before I start off with episode 1, so that you guys have an idea of why you're going to be seeing this Rest Day Ramblings on here. And those of you who have come from Instagram, my core friends and mates from Instagram, will know that I very occasionally pick up the camera on there to just rant straight up about something random. And sometimes people are interested, sometimes people aren't. But the thing is, I'm looking to do those videos for the people that are interested, so that in a crowd of 1,000 people, if there's 50 people that are interested and take something away from what I've shared and actually go, yeah, you know what, I didn't think of it like that before, or oh, actually I agree with that. That's what I want. I'm not here to please the masses with a NPC corporate sponsored drone. Like, I want to just delve into things that I find really interesting and just share them. So without further ado, let's get into the topic of today. So to start this series off, I wanted to just kick it off with how I began to think about what I think, if that makes sense. I think it's called metacognition, thinking about thinking. How I've tried to develop my self-awareness and my cognition of my actions and how they affect those around me, and how I can improve those and how I can improve myself as an all-rounded individual. And sort of how this mindset has come about over the last few years as I'm maturing into an adult out of being a teenager. Now, I know there's plenty of other 19, 20-year-olds out there who have very, very like-minded mindsets. You know, that's how we connect on here. And that's the sort of friends that I surround myself with. But I do also appreciate that a lot of people my age aren't like this. And they're just going out drinking and partying and not caring and, you know, what, to hell with everything. And that's fair enough. You're having fun, you know, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing in your young age. And obviously I engage in that sometimes, but I also very much like to engage with the more stoic, philosophical thinking and interacting with the world and trying, you know, self-development and all those kind of things I'm very clearly very interested in. And so this was sparked about 2 or 3 years ago when I was in sixth form with my pastor in the church I was in, Ant Thorpe, absolutely fantastic guy. We used to meet up once-a-one and just have conversations about my life and how I could better, not only in my faith as a side point, I won't mention that in this video, but in general aspects of life, and sort of understanding who I am, what my strengths are, and what I have to give to the world, feel fulfilled in what I'm doing, and all those kind of things. And so Ant really helped sort of draw that out of me. And how he helped me doing that was just simply by sitting down. We'd just meet up for lunch in the lunch break at sixth form and we'd go for a coffee. And he would just ask me a series of questions on who do you think you are? Running around leaving scars. What do you enjoy doing? What do you think your strengths are? It's almost like therapy, right? Because you're sort of teasing the answer out of the other person without putting words into their mouth. And it's helping them understand themselves by sort of vocalizing it. And over the course of several weeks and several months, I guess my brain just gradually pieced together what Ant was doing very cleverly. And I will be forever indebted to Ant for doing this, because it really opened my eyes to self-awareness, self-development, and not another level of consciousness, but just thinking about things. But yeah, this basically set me on the path of how I can grow as a person, intentionally rather than accidentally, because so many of us just live our lives and just things happen to us externally and we sort of have to react or have to change, but it's prompted, as opposed to proactively going out there and seeking discomfort and seeking ways in which we can grow and really trying to put ourselves in positions where our skill set's going to be maximised so we can not only help the people around us and help ourselves, but just help the world and the ecosystem that is the human race. This is getting... okay, I don't mean it on like a deep spiritual level, I just mean being our best selves in a community of people. And amongst this, it's not always positive, it's not always amazing things. It really helped to also understand and identify my flaws fundamentally, and ill motivations or negativity that's in my mind still lurking, toxic behaviours that I might possess. You know, one of the ones for me is that naturally, by putting myself out here on a platform of social media where people then validate you, is sometimes I find myself slipping into people pleasing and trying to get an ego boost out of posting something. I'd be a liar if I sometimes sat here and thought that some of my achievements I've been the most humble person ever about, because I haven't. I've boasted, I've been a little bit arrogant at times, but it's becoming aware of my flaws and identifying them is the first step to them being able to address them and to hopefully solve them, work on them, and progress again in being a better person. So as the title suggests, I've literally just turned the camera on. I have absolutely no script whatsoever. I'm just rambling, rest day rambles. But the general message of the video is that self-development is so important and everyone needs that therapy. And I don't talk about this lightly. I might do a separate video on this entirely in terms of my idea of that everyone needs therapy, not only people that are depressed or have anxiety and things like that. I genuinely think everyone needs therapy, because if you think about it as a drug, it's not only a cure, it's also preventative. And I think that having conversations like I did with Ant, especially in the format of him being more experienced mentor who has more knowledge and experience and understanding himself to then tease that out of me, and how important that is for young people and for everyone really to understand themselves and grow as people. My life has changed for the better since meeting up with Ant, and there's lots of factors that happen between the ages of 16 and 18, which has obviously produced the Zach that you see today, who's going to turn 20 in a couple of weeks' time. But I just felt that meeting up with Ant and gradually kind of uncovering those things about myself and having those conversations with him definitely opened the door and played a significant role in the way I think about things now. But I'll end it there so it doesn't go on too long today. But I've got a lot of ideas for future episodes of this, and it's something that I'm very, very excited about. And if you guys are interested in things that I'm interested and find yourselves clicking on these videos, please do share them round to other people that you might think find these sorts of videos interesting. It might not always be every video, as I mentioned earlier, but if there's a specific topic and you see, hang on, I know he'll like that, please do share it, because I want the messages that I think are good to be shared with as many people as possible. And just remember, it's not about me, it's about the message. For those of you who are interested in what I got up to today, I did go sea dipping with Ben this morning. However, I forgot to record at all, and to be honest, I wasn't in the mood for it. And today, again, rest day, I've just been playing the piano, played a bit of the guitar, made some food, spent some time with family, and just gaming, to be honest. So I've only got one more week of this before uni starts next Monday, so I've got to make the most of it. If you managed to get through to this point of the video, thank you very much for watching. I won't ramble anymore, and I'll catch you tomorrow.